This is part 1 of your cycle support series where we cut through the noise and finally make sense of what your hormones are doing in each phase of the cycle. This part 1 is going to be understanding your cycle as a whole, so you know exactly in which part of your cycle you're experiencing symptoms, and then we can dig deeper into each symptom that shows up for you and what to do in those situations. In this video, we're going to focus on the follicular phase of your cycle, the first half of the menstrual cycle. Starting with day 1 of bright red blood flow, your menstruation is starting until ovulation is taking place. The follicular phase can change in length depending on if you have a lot of stress going on, if you're somebody that usually has longer cycles, or if you're somebody that has shorter cycles, obviously that will shorten. Menstruation is usually about 3 to 7 days long, and while your uterine lining is being shed, your ovaries already start to mature a handful of follicles thanks to the follicle stimulating hormone that is coming from the brain and is telling your ovaries to recruit a couple of those follicles. So as your follicles are getting bigger and bigger, estrogen also starts to rise in response to that. And with the increase in estrogen, you're also having the change in cervical fluid because your cervix is responding to the increase in estrogen. Right before ovulation is taking place, estrogen is reaching its peak. Not only that, we also have the influx of LH hormone. You can see on the graph, LH is being pretty low in that first half and then shoots really high right before ovulation is taking place, about 12 to 48 hours before ovulation is taking place. Now, LH, again, is coming from the brain, is helping to trigger the release of the egg during ovulation, and that's the only time when we really need the LH hormone present in order to have a successful ovulation. This was just part 1 of the cycle support series. We're going to next talk about the second half of the cycle, and then you also want to follow along because we're going to dig into all those confusing symptoms that show up during your cycle and also get real answers on what to do and how to approach those symptoms in each and every situation.